Matthew here. So I have the Sony WF 1000X M4s right here. These are Sony's, I guess, their flagship true wireless earbuds, and so we're gonna do just a quick review on these and decide if they are worth the price tag that Sony is asking for them. So stay tuned. Okay, so let's just get the tech specs, I guess, over with, and then we'll go into more of the review of these. These have Bluetooth 5.2, so they're the latest Bluetooth version. It allows for low latency, it allows for better audio quality through these, and so that's really nice that these have the latest, I guess, Bluetooth version with them. That's something that's a little bit different with these versus, let's say, the Bang & Olufsen EQ earbuds, which I did a review on earlier, and so I'll put a link down in the description below with that video. But those were probably some of my favorite true wireless earbuds, and so these kind of up those with the 5.2 version of Bluetooth. On top of that Bluetooth 5.2, you do have the V1 chip that Sony says allows for more stable Bluetooth connection, which is really nice. You don't have to worry about your Bluetooth connection dropping in and out. I haven't had any issues with that, and so I really do enjoy that. There are some earbuds or headphones that I've had that the Bluetooth connection does drop in and out a little bit, and so with the V1 chip, I haven't had any issues with that. So these are IPX4 water and sweat resistance, so you can take these to work out if you want to, or you can get caught in the rain if you want to. With these, I wouldn't douse them with water, but they can take some water, and you don't have to worry about if they do get wet, if they're going to be damaged or anything like that. However, the case is probably not IPX4 water and sweat resistant, so just be aware that you can't just leave these out in the rain and hope that the case is going to keep working correctly. So these charge via USB Type-C as well as Qi wireless charging, which is really nice. I do like that Qi wireless charging. On a single charge, these have 8 hours of listening time, which is really nice. It's probably, in my opinion, class leading. I think the Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus had even more battery life. I think it was like 11 hours for those, but after that, these are probably the longest battery life that I've seen in a true wireless pair of earbuds. The case gives it 2 additional charges, so 16 additional charges, which makes it equal up to 24 hours of battery life with the earbuds and the case combined. And the cool thing is, with 5 minutes of charging the earbuds in the case, you do get 60 minutes of listening time. So therefore, if you are in a rush, or let's say you're listening to some music and your earbuds drop out because they died, you can just throw them in the case real quick, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and you should get at least plenty of audio and listening time, at least hopefully, to finish what you are doing. These have this new isolation ear tip that Sony says is supposed to allow for better isolation and better sound reproduction. However, I wasn't a huge fan of them. Initially I was, but then after a while it just got kind of tiresome. I'd have to squeeze the ear tip a little bit, then put it in my ear in order for it to stay in my ear, and even then I'd still have to like move it around a little bit. I was not a huge fan of them, so I actually ended up getting a different pair of ear tips. I don't quite remember the name of the brand of these, but I will try to find out. I bought them on Amazon for like $11 for 2 pairs, a medium and large, or a small and medium, something like that. And I'll put that link down in the description below, so that way you can get a pair kind of like these. The ear tips that I have on these are super comfortable, they're super soft, and they actually allow for good noise isolation along with good sound reproduction. So I really like the ear tips that I have, and they're super comfortable, like I said. So I'll place that link down in the video description, so you do have that if you want to go and get a pair of ear tips for your earbuds, whether it's these or another pair of earbuds. However, do realize that the ear tip is dependent on the earbud. If the earbud has more of a wider connection, then you're not going to be able to use certain ear tips, so just be aware of that. But overall, I do like the ear tips that I got. And finally, let's talk about price. These retail for $279.99. I've seen them on sale for $249.99. and then maybe a little bit lower, especially with the holiday season coming up. So just be aware, looking out for those deals. But again, $279.99 originally priced. I've seen them for $249.99, but these are a pretty good pair of earbuds, especially even for that $279.99. So be aware of that. Okay, so let's talk about the size of these earbuds. The case itself is actually a pretty good size case. It's not too big, it's nothing major, but it's not like class leading small, like let's say the OnePlus Buds Pro or the Apple AirPods and AirPods Pros. I think those are the leader in size of case, but it's not as small as those, but it's not as big as, let's say, the Bose cases, or even the WF 1000X M3s or anything like that. So I do appreciate the case. I will say though, the hinge mechanism and the cap of the case does feel a little cheap. It almost feels like it was an afterthought, and it feels very flimsy, but it does give you that nice little click if you want to hear it here. It does give you that nice little click, so I do like that. But again, I do feel like the hinge and the lid of the case was a little bit of an afterthought, but overall it is very nice. The case, when you do have it charging or when it is charged, it does have this nice little indicator right here. As you can see, it does have that nice little indicator, and so that's nice that it does show you, and it is in a good spot so you can see it, especially when it's charging on the wireless charging pad or if it's charged via the USB Type-C port in the back. I do like that. When it comes to the earbuds themselves, they are decently small. They're not the smallest earbuds I've ever seen. Those would probably have to go to the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro, or maybe the Pixel Buds, or if you want to go even smaller, you can go with the Ear-In, I believe they are, Ear-In earbuds. Those are super tiny, and so if you want to go with those are even smaller than these, but these aren't too bad. I would say these are a little bit slightly smaller than the Bang & Olufsen EQ earbuds. Those were a little bit wider in my opinion, and they kind of filled your ear a little bit more, but these are pretty nice. I like the size, and when you put them in your ear here, they just kind of sit in there like that, in that ear canal, and fill in that space right there. So I'll kind of compare them a little bit with the size of the Bang & Olufsen EQs, the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro, the AirPod Pros, the Pixel Buds, stuff like that. So you can see kind of a side-by-side comparison of that right here, and with this short little clip that I have here. But overall, the size isn't too bad. When it comes to noise cancellation, active noise cancellation, these are probably some of the best in the business. I love the active noise cancellation on these. I put these in my ear and the world just sounds like it just disappears. I can't hear a whole lot with these in my ears. I would say these and the Bose, from what I hear, are probably the best and class leading in active noise cancellation. So if you want really good active noise cancellation for a price of $279.99, I would say definitely go with these. The Bose, I hear, is really good too, so either or, but these are kind of in a smaller footprint than the Bose, earbuds wise and case wise, so just be aware of that. Finally, let's get to sound, because that's really what you want these for. A pair of earbuds are for sound, and I've got to say these sound amazing. They're not as good as the Bang & Olufsen EQ earbuds. I think those are probably the best sounding earbuds I've ever heard. I've done a review on those, and so I'll place a link down in the video description below that has that review, along with, I guess, a little card or something like that right here. And but those sound amazing. These are slightly under those. I think that the bass is definitely there. There's a ton of bass in these, and you can actually go into the Sony Music app and change your EQ settings to fit the way you want it, whether you want more bass, less bass, more treble focused, more anything like that. I know vocals live in the treble, so if you want to hear vocals more, you can do that. So you do have the app that you can change the EQ settings there, which is really nice that companies like Sony, even Bang & Olufsen and stuff like that, they do give you that option to change the EQ if you aren't too satisfied with the sound that they have a default with their earbuds, you can change it to your liking a little bit, whether it's with the actual presets, whether it's actually changing the EQs with the frequencies, stuff like that. They do have that, so that's really nice that you do have that. But again, this sound, I've tried the EQs and I've tried these. I've tried a bunch of earbuds, and I've got to say these are, again, not quite the level of the EQs, but they are really good earbuds. The bass, again, is there, depending on how you have it. I like bass boost, and so it's there. It's real punchy, it's real tight bass, and it really fills the space, I feel like. The mids and highs are there, they're crisp, they're clear. They're not as crisp and clear as the Bang & Olufsen EQs, and they're not as separated or defined from the bass as those, but they are really good, and you can hear vocals really well with those. So again, like I said, music quality really good, not quite as good as the Bang & Olufsen EQs, but they are really good, especially for these. Sony always makes really good audio products, whether it's their $14 wired earbuds, or let's say their $349 WH-1000X M4s, or even the WF-1000X M4s. They make really good audio products, and so again, audio is really good. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. It's probably second best in my opinion. You have really good bass, you have really good mids and highs, good separation between the two, but there is still some muddiness, especially when you get higher volumes, unlike, in my opinion, the EQs, where you don't have that muddiness and you have a more separation and more tighter bass, more well-defined and more accurate bass, but these used to get more bass. So if you love bass, I would say get these, especially if you want the extra features that these have, and that newer version Bluetooth codecs, the 5.2. And so I would say these are definitely worth the $279.99 price tag that you can find these. If you can find them cheaper than that, $249.99, or even cheaper than that, then they are a great steal in my opinion. I actually think I bought these for $249.99, but originally, right now, as of filming this video, they are $279.99. But overall, I really do love these earbuds. Again, are these worth the $279.99? Yes. Can you find them cheaper? Yes. If you find them cheaper, should you get them? Definitely yes. So thank you guys. This has been my Sony WF-1000X M4 review. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to be notified when I post another video. Until then, everyone, stay safe. Peace.